Hello world, this is Nadira Baye with NBI Inspires, and I'm here to inspire you. Woo! We are on episode 13. Yes, we are keeping them coming out, y'all. That's right, we're doing it. We are committing ourselves to making this dream continue to be alive. So yes, we have a new episode and it's so exciting. And thank you for joining. Today's episode is about self-discipline. Yes, self-discipline, y'all. It is needed. But before we go on to the lovely episode, I want to give appreciations. Thank you to God. Thank you so much. To my lovely family. I love you all. Everybody in my family, I love you so much. My husband, my rock, my backbone. Shoot Haas. Everybody. Oh, my whole family. Love you all so much. Friends, family, all the listeners, thank you for listening. And you're part of this as well. So thank you so much. And now it's time to roll into the video. So the definition for self-discipline is the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weakness, the ability to pursue what one thinks is right despite temptations to abandon it. And that's really, really powerful. You know, when I think of self-discipline, I think of the power that it really holds, and I think of those that I know that have a lot of discipline, self-discipline, and the quality that we all have in us. You know, it's that quality that we have in us for us all strive for the best. And self-discipline is the need to be better and to want to be better. It is that bright light that is in all of us that is nagging at us to push yourself, that shines so bright that even when you don't feel like you can't go on, it's there. And it's that light that it's there. It's letting you know, no, you keep going on, push yourself, be strong, you got this, you can do this. And that's really, really powerful. It is. And self-discipline is, you know, without self-discipline, you wouldn't have the amazing things that we have in the world today. You know, when you think of all the, inventors or people that are making these amazing strides in life that are creating making the world a better place. And because of their tenacity and their ambition and their drive, because they've done that, it has made the world a better place. It's because they have self-discipline. And when I think of self-discipline, all that comes to mind is, and it will always come to mind, is my amazing, incredible father. And I know I told you I spoke about my parents before and spoke about my family before, but it is my podcast and that's what I'm gonna do because I love my family. So, and I implore you to do the same thing. You know, be love and talk about the ones you love. Whatever makes you happy, do it. But this is what makes me happy. And I love highlighting the people that are very important to me. And my father is definitely that for me. And man, oh man, he defined what it means to have self-discipline. And I've stated in other episodes before, and when talking about family and how much family means to me, and, you know, because they're a part of me, and talking about their stories are my stories too, and it just, and their lessons, you know, it's to be learned, you know, and it's an honor to be able to speak about them so much, especially my parents, and that's what I want to do. That's what I love to do. And, I wouldn't be able to be here if it weren't for them. So when I talk about the self-discipline, I'm talking about what I've seen. I'm talking about what I was immersed in. I'm talking about my hero. I'm talking about what I know. You know, this is all facts. And, when it comes to my dad, it's just like, I'm so blessed and so honored and lucky to have him as my father. And I told you, I've said before that, my father has cerebral palsy, and that is, in short, stands for CP. And he had to overcome that. You know, CP, of course, didn't go away, unfortunately, but it just, my father's will and his just who he is as a man, his heart, just all of it, just courageous. Remember being courageous, using your whole heart. Everything about him, he worked diligently to be a better person and be strong. You know, you look at my father, you'd be like, oh yeah, he's got it. I'm telling you, you just look at him, you would know. From the moment he was born, my father, he had adversity. It was very, very difficult. And he had to learn at a very, very early age that he has to commit himself to having a strong will and being a very strong person. And how that started, honestly, is with mindset. You know, there's a list of ways, like whenever you go to people that are very successful, which my father is, when you go to people that are successful, you ask them, you're like, well, what is your code? Like, how do you achieve your goals? How are you so successful? And for the ones that I have listened to and have watched, they all say mindset. And my father is exactly the same way. Your mindset, it starts in your mind first. It's definitely in your mind. If you can't commit your mind to what you want to do and make your mind so strong, it's gonna be very hard to achieve anything, because you're gonna be easily weak-willed. You have to be a fortress of strength. Like, you are just, I am not taking it from anybody. I am going to push myself. I'm going to silence the noise. I am going to be so focused and dedicated and commit myself to whatever it is that I want out of this life and out of myself. No one is going to hold me back. And that is something my father learned at a very early age, and that's something he definitely achieved. And the importance of having a strong mindset is, my father learned at a very, very, very early age that it starts with loving yourself. Loving yourself. You got to love yourself first, because you have to say, why am I doing this? Why? And once you realize that you are worth it because you love yourself, you're going to achieve. You're like, okay, now I know why I want to go for it. And you set your mind out and work very, very hard and consistently to set yourself to the goals that you want. And you ignore all the negative thoughts, all the negative people that look down on you, all of that. You silence all of that. And that's exactly what my father did. He was, all the other people that in his life that were not supporters, he's not messing with you. He is just about being focused on what he wants as far as making himself grow and be better. And he did it. He fought for the best and he got the best, and that's what you should do. No one has the right to tell you what you deserve and you don't deserve. I'm telling you, y'all, you deserve the best. They are not the creator. They're not God. They're creation. So you don't listen to creation, you listen to the creator. So when people try to tell you, well, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. Well, you can't have that, no, you can't have that, because that's what you think. I can. And I don't even have to tell you anything. Why are you all up in my business? I didn't tell you anything anyway. So that negativity, you shoo it away. You shut it down. You don't let people come into you. Don't let anyone come into your world, your internal world, and tell you what you can and can't have and what you're qualified for or what you deserve and don't deserve. No one tells you that. No one has a right over you. Okay? No. They didn't give you life. So therefore, they didn't give you life, so they cannot improve your life. So don't ever entertain any of that stuff. And that's something my father never did. So that's why I could come to you and tell you this, because I've seen it in action. I know it's the truth. My father was not taking that from anyone, and neither should you. So definitely make sure your mindset is so strong, so powerful, and that you are just working diligently what you want. But remember, you have to be very strong in your mind first. You have to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with positivity. If you are living in a world where your internal world, people are not positive, you have to try your hardest to remove yourself from that situation, because your environment does affect who you are. So you want to get yourself into a place where you're just surrounded by positivity and focus yourself very, very hard on what you want. Don't let anyone tell you no. Don't let anyone hold you back. You can't control what other people do, but you can control the way you react to it and remove yourself from that situation. So you have your mindset. Then my father also was his physical, having his physically, you have to put it into action, right? But for my father, as far as having cerebral palsy, his body was always working against him, but he did not allow his condition to define him. He learned to work vigorously on himself and to make his body so strong. He did it with martial arts, he did it with healthy eating, he did it with taking his vitamins, he did it with everything, but his entire day was planned out. His entire day had meaning, so he made sure, oh yeah, my body's fighting against me, but I am going to mind over matter. I'm going to commit to this and I'm going to do it. Even though it's difficult, I'm going to do it. Even with his speech, unfortunately, my father had a stutter and that became difficult, but he didn't let that stop him. All of that. My father was like, no, I am going for the best. My creator says that I can have it all and I'm going for it all. No one else can tell me otherwise. And that's exactly what he did. So I implore you all to do the same thing. Find out what it is you want in life. Whatever makes you happy, it's not hurting anybody. Whatever makes you come alive and just makes you feel lighter and brighter and you want to grow. That's what you go for. Go for it. Don't let anyone keep you down. And once you really understand, but that starts with self-love, remember, but once you have those steps in place, oh man, you can move mountains, and you should move mountains. And then when you move mountains, people going to want to come swim in your pool. You're like, beat it. No, you were a hater. No, I don't think so. So, that's what you do. Just definitely just know you have to surround yourself with the best, but it starts with your mindset and starts with self-love. So you want to have that. But, for my dad, just having his body work against him and just having the world against him at times is very, very difficult. And just imagine just how that could be every day, having your body work against you like it's a virus physically, to have you, not be the one controlling your own body necessarily, and to work very, very hard to just work hard to just make your body try to make it do what you want it to do. It's very hard. But my father did it, and you could do it. But at times, it can affect you. It could affect you emotionally. It could affect you mentally. It could affect you physically if you let it, because physically it's hard. But once you know that you deserve the best, and that you are special, and you deserve love, and you are love, and that no one's better than you, and no one is a creator but the creator, then, like I said before, you will move mountains and you go for yours. No one has the right to take anything from you, And my father also then, he just put it into action. That's exactly what he did. For being an amazing father that he is, he made sure that above all of the things that I listed, the number one thing was, having mindset and having the self-love. He was always on point with that. He did not ever let anyone deter him from focusing on whatever his goals were. And when I stated before in previous videos that my father, the word no did not exist in his vocabulary. Pops was with that. So daddy didn't have that. So there was no. But, to understand that he lived in a world where so many people were telling him no, he literally removed no from his vocabulary, and it was all about yeses, because so many people kept telling him, no, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. No. My father got his master's. My father was driving a BMW, brand new ones, okay? Not the fake one, not the older ones. Like, oh, those are still classic too, but he went for the best. My dad's fly. He wasn't having that, and you should do the same thing. People gonna look at you like, wow, how could they do that? Well, because they believe in themselves, and they're not focused on other people, and they're not haters, okay? That's why. You could do it too. Stop looking at other people's lives. Focus on yourself. For those, when I think of like social media, and before in the past, I used to be like, oh my God, social media sucks and it's bad, this and that. But this is social media, so how can I say that? Social media to me is whatever you make it. Like money. Money is a tool. Social media is a tool. It's whatever you choose to do with it. If you choose to do greatness with it, great things will come. If you choose to do things that are not good for you, things that are not good for you will come. The same thing with money. So you have to work hard with using things the right way. And that starts with your mindset. You got to have your mind right. So I had to get my mind right, understanding, well, if I want to get to this point, I have to do this. And that takes discipline. That takes self-discipline. I have to discipline myself to make sure I'm having whatever it is I want to do. If I wanted the podcast, I have to make sure I have my material ready. I have to make sure that we're consistent with the videos. We have to make sure that we are focused. We have to make sure we are doing. That takes self-discipline. Like everything else. Any greatness that you want out of yourself and for your life, it takes self-discipline, and that starts with your mindset. So those tools, the steps to take to do that is, remember, your mind. Your mind has to be very strong, positive, but you have to be focused. So focused. Don't stop being focused. You have to be focused. Your mind has to be right. Self-discipline. I want this. This is what I have to do. You have to be physical. You have to put it into action. Be physical, making your body work for you. You have to put it into action. And when I mean put it into action with your mind, physically, I mean, get your mind working. Not everything is going to be a physical act, but whatever it is your mind, physically get your mind going, get it working. And be consistent. Be very, very consistent. And don't be telling everybody your business before. I said that before, but not everyone is a supporter. And you have some people that say they're supporters and not. Some people are haters, but no matter what it is, that's their nonsense, but that's their life. But be careful who you share whatever you want out of your life and your dreams, because not everyone is as nice as they seem, unfortunately. However, get your mind right. Get yourself right. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Get yourself right. So when I reference social media, what I'm saying is you have a lot of people, we all, look at, oh, this person's doing this and this, but don't let that consume you. Because you focus on what other people are doing, you can't grow. Then you have, you're lacking discipline. Be disciplined. If you're going to be on social media, go on social media. Your social media honestly be filled with how things are going to make you better. And if making you feel better is tear other people down, you need to go back to the drawing board and look within, because that's not okay. Making other people feel bad about themselves is not a good thing. Making sure that you are on top of what other people are doing is not a good thing. Looking at other people's personal life, that's not a good thing. You need to be focused on you and making yourself better. and not focusing on what other people do. What other people do is their business, but you need to be about your business and taking care of yourself and making things better. Okay, so try to do that. You can all do it. We all have things we need to work on, but this lovely platform, this lovely podcast is about lifting you up and waking you up to understand that you got to focus on you. You need to be disciplined. And if going to social media and focus on things that maybe you're not necessarily tearing people down, but you're wasting time, you got to look at that too. Because how many times of the day are you reading? And you know what, look, you don't even have to physically read a book anymore. This is how amazing God is. You don't even have to physically read a book. He's made it where you can listen to audio. You can listen to audio and still do something else productive. You can do two things at once. Like, it's just so amazing how simple he's making things for us nowadays. And yet we sometimes go towards the other side where we're not focusing and we're not doing better. And then years pass and we're like, why am I in this situation? And why does this person have that? Because that person has self-discipline. And you need to do the same thing. Everything that everyone you can have it too. But you have to commit yourself to focusing on you. You have to get your mind right. You have to surround yourself with the right people. And if your circle is not right, then remove yourself from that circle.